Razichua. Oh, uh-oh. I forgot to fix the Streamlabs thing again. Yeah, so if you're curious, no, we haven't hit 52 out of 50. No, we haven't achieved the goal. It's just that whenever anyone follows, for any reason whatsoever, Streamlabs doesn't count whether or not you've unfollowed. So Drox, thank you. I very much so appreciate the fact that you've unfollowed and followed so many times. Or am I gaslighting myself and there's something I should be worried about? No. We're fine. But yeah, hello everyone. It's a Wednesday, I think. I don't know, Tuesday? Yeah. It's the middle of the week, it feels like. All the days meshed together. Nothing crazy. Oh, I was going to play something. I was going to go and have some fun and play like Minecraft or something. But I was like, I've done Minecraft for the past few days. I don't really want to do that. But I was also thinking like, well, what about Withering Waves and all the other games? And it's not that I don't want to play them. It's just you need energy to play those games, right? You can't just like, boot up the game and just play it. Well, most people can, but like, I like to run my streams a little bit differently, If all I'm doing is playing the game, then it's like, I can do that offline, right? I want to add something to it. I want to make it worthwhile. There we go. Finally found my tab with Streamlabs. So we're going to see if we can fix this. We're going to do tech support in real time. Plus, it's going to give me time to gather my thoughts because oh man, I was like 5 minutes before stream. I was like, do I really want to just do like an hour-ish stream, hang out and talk and do all that, and then dip out? And to be honest with you, yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. It's just sometimes it's one of the, I guess you could say, cons of streaming every day, where you have basically like every single day when you stream, like you have to think of something new, you have to do all this, and that's not really hard. It's more so just a case, it's like, how do I put this? Let me think of a good example, because it's going to be better to teach through analogy than me just trying to like word vomit my way through this. It's kind of like going to school, right? Like you have to do it. Right. Oh, hello, Lord Byron. You have to do it, but, and it's not hard, right? You just got to get in the car or get in the bus or whatever and, go to school. But, sometimes you're just like, you know what? For no reason. You're just tired, and that's okay. That's me. Hello, Mr. Tavi. Am I seeing it right that you're at the required amount of followers? No, because I'm trying to fix that right now, ironically. Drox and a few other people have been unfollowing and refollowing, but my damn, what is this called? I don't even know. Follower thing. Yeah, hold on. It's a goal. That's what it was. Currently trying to fix it right now. Yeah, there we go. Follower goal. So we're at 45. So we're 5 away. We're very, very, excuse me, very, 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 very close. Right. Oh no. let me fix this. Let's see. I can't, sometimes whenever I'm like in streams, I'm like, you know what? Is it good to like mess around with stuff like this, like live? And to be honest with you, the answer has been a resounding no. But I'm at the point, at least for right now, where it's just like, you know what? I'm just hanging out, It's like watching a movie. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of just on my phone, like reading an email or two as like, we're getting through the credits, and that's what's going on right now. I'm trying to figure out how the hell did I do it? Because they changed everything. Oh, hold on. I know. There we go. Hold on. I got this. I got to reset the entire thing. Do not worry. We will fix it. 50, 45. And I don't know, 12, 31, 24. If you struggle with Streamlabs, you qualify for our benefits. There we go, fixed. But yeah, so I like I said before, I was gonna decide to just kind of hang out here for an hour, and depending on how many people that shut up and talked, depended on stream topics and stuff like that. So I also have not necessarily stories, but like things that I've seen throughout the day. Oh, No, I use Stream Elements. I've tried using Stream Elements, and I don't think it's worse. It's just that. So, like, for streamers, you have two options generally, at least on Twitch. I don't know about YouTube or other platforms, but you have, on one hand, you have Streamlabs, and then on the other hand, you have Stream Elements. There are others, but those are the two biggies. And I found that with Streamlabs, it's a lot easier to set up a lot of the things. It's a lot easier to kind of put it into OBS and things like that. And generally speaking, I like it more. But if we're talking about like just genuinely what you can do with, you know, the same type of software, Stream Elements kind of win. Like Stream Elements, you can do some pretty crazy stuff with it, which I will say is kind of going to be necessary for some of the things I want to do creatively. But, you know, like for a follower goal, right? You know, it's a browser source that, you know, I had to do like 5 buttons and bam, I fixed it, right? Stream Elements is an OBS plugin. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, Streamlabs does also have like their Streamlabs OBS, but I personally don't think it's very good. I personally think the Streamlabs OBS like program sucks. It's like, it's one of those programs where like if you really want to like integrate, but only integrate with Streamlabs, it's a decent pick. But there are a lot of things with Stream Elements that are like beneficial. And the one that I find to be the most successful is like the, let's see, is this also, yeah. So like the majority of the things that are on here, besides like the graphics and obviously me, you know, everything coming into, you know, whether it's a bit or not a bit, sorry, a sound alert or followers or anything, all of that is Streamlabs, which is really easy because it's like a single click, right? You put it, you know, it's one box, it's one source, and you're good to go. It's annoying, but yeah. I just clicked the button to reset my follower goal because it sometimes go haywire. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I was also gonna mention that, like, you know, Drox will like unfollow and refollow, but there's no way he did it like so many times that it says 52 out of 50, 45. So I don't know if it's counting other thing. I don't know, but you know, I mean, I'm looking forward to if/when we hit affiliate that I can stop caring about follower account. You know, obviously I'll have goals and stuff, of course, just so that, you know, we have things to push to, but like, you know, it's really weird because like right now I'm like, okay, like once I hit affiliate, okay, I don't really need to worry about followers, right? Because it's just like, okay, it's here nor there, right? The thing I actually wanted was the affiliate status, and then, you know, everything else is pretty much golden, right? But I'm like, is that going to change? Like, is it going to become a case where it's like, oh crap, now that I am affiliate, like it becomes even more important? It's like, I don't know. But yeah, I just kind of quote unquote want the, you know, the quote unquote grind to be over. Cause it's not like a bad thing or anything like that. It's just, you know, looking at it objectively, it's kind of like a Ponzi, well, not a Ponzi scheme, but like, you know, multi-level marketing thing where it's like, you're your own boss, right? But you have to do all these things in order to become an employee, right? And then once you become an employee, you know, if you look at the rates, like they're not bad, right? I'm not trying to slander Twitch at all. I'm simply saying that like the amount of work you have to do objectively, generally speaking, in order to become an affiliate is insane compared to like any other like kind of entry like for stream. Like I would not be surprised if there are other platforms, maybe Kick does this, maybe Rumble or something, where like they allow you to monetize on like a lower follower count. But yeah, just admit it, you want to be a partner plus so you can get that 70-30 split. Nah, I mean, because the whole thing about like subscriptions and stuff like that is scalability, right? Like it's like, you know, you can run the numbers on it. It's like, you know, like it's like, what is your goal? If your goal is to be self-sufficient from Twitch, like yeah, you're gonna probably want that 70-30 split because it's like legitimately every dollar counts, you know. And then obviously all the, you know, the big kahunas like tax, ooh, you know, and all that crap. But yeah, I mean, I made the promise and it's not going to be very difficult to keep at all, of just like, yeah, every dollar that goes to stream will go back into stream. Because I mean, like, yeah, I'm fine, you know. It's just one of those days where it's like it's like interesting to talk about. But how are you doing, Worry? I'm glad you were able to catch stream. I know that like this time slot isn't exactly the best, so I just want to remind you that I'm grateful that you're hanging out. I always try to put my +1 in your stream, if I'm not even to like chat. I just like make sure like, hey, it's there, just to give you some help to the algo. Sometimes I'm able to hop in and chat, but I haven't been able to recently. Yeah, sucks. Oh. But yeah, the thing I do want to talk about is that, you know, I want to see, you don't really know where the limits of things are until you like try to set them and figure them out. Now, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm going to be edgy for edgy's sake. I'm just like, you know, there's some things that like I see and I'm like, this is just like insane, you know? Chatting is not always an option. I usually hang out in your stream. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, in general, like, I appreciate it. Because I know that, like, you know, there's, like, for example, like, whenever I watch, JP members for Hololive, like, I have to stay up, and I'm like, you know, I kind of, like, know what it's like, you know, job or no job, to, like, kind of stay up and, you know, make sure you're there for stream and stuff and hang out. So, just want to make sure that that's not lost. But, for sure, like today, I saw this weird thing. Oops, sorry. I thought I muted. Oopsie. But the thing that I saw today that really confused me is it's not even a VTuber community thing. It's just something that like is currently blowing up, and it's like the current Twitter thing. And basically, I won't go too into it in case some, you know, people start getting bored. But I thought it was very odd, but also like very important to kind of show people. Is there's this guy named Rakita Law. I'm not staying up, I'm just away. Let's go. That's even better. When you don't have to extend effort to be somewhere, that is top tier. Speaking of top tier, is kind of how bad this story gets with Rakita Law. So he's a guy who, I don't know if it's true, but apparently he's like a self-proclaimed lawyer from Minnesota or whatever. And basically, like, he went from being kind of like a normal dude that did videos and stuff, and he just happened to be a lawyer, so he did like, you know, I was looking at his channel, and like he did some like lawyer stuff and like history stuff and all that stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But basically what happened to him is that like he ended up like getting really hooked on substances and so on and so forth, and then he got all these other issues, like just it all tacked onto each other. And then the thing that really made me go, what the hell is going on, is that there was not only the substance abuse, but then there was the, you know, the children that were involved in kind of the fire here. Him and his wife were swingers, and then basically, like, I don't know if you've heard of Legal Mindset, but Legal Mindset was basically, he's an attorney as well, but he was the guy who went during the Doki Bird situation and was kind of going through the contracts and kind of looking at things and giving a layman understanding of what was going on legally, which was very insightful, I think, for everyone, myself included, to kind of see like, okay, you know, how does an attorney look at the situation and how does an attorney interpret stuff? And also kind of talking about like, okay, you know, what are the, you know, the like, I think you said like the remedies for all the things, right? And there's a clip of of Legal Mindset, an attorney that generally speaking is very well kept. I'll be honest, very well kept, calling him a Rakita Law an absolute moron, and a few other words I won't repeat, because he, like, after kind of being caught for all the crappy stuff that he legitimately did, and apparently there are receipts for, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna double down, and I'm going to, in a public group chat, like, legitimately give out stuff that, like, can be used against him at trial. And I'm like, this is just going to show you that no matter who you are, what you are, etc., even if you're an attorney, right? Like, people will make stupid mistakes, whether they're on substances or whether they're just, you know, really, like, upset or something. So it's really important to, like the Rakita Law situation, like, the kernel of truth and the kernel of wisdom that I pulled from that was, like, I mean, first of all, don't be a piece of shit, right? Because, I mean, Rakita Law, like, objectively, like, if you look at the situation, you look at the details, because I am omitting a lot of detail for the sake of, one, brevity, but also, there's also some pretty, like, heavy stuff in there. And, yeah, there's a reason lawyers, yeah, no, legitimately, Legal Mindset, like, I think the quote legitimately was, oh my god, dude, shut the fuck up. You are an absolute fucking moron. Shut up. Like, this is going to be used against you. And then he used a very specific gamer word. And it's just like, you know, like, oh god. And it's just one of those things where, like, it's such a a poignant reminder that no matter what, even if you're a lawyer, even if you spend God knows how many years studying this and you know like what to do and what not to do, you know, all it takes is for you to be like have a bad day or be like bent out of shape, or in his case kind of strung out on multiple things and so on, like just to completely tank it. And what I think was pretty telling was that his friends that were also attorneys, to my knowledge, or legal professionals of some capacity, you know, he ended up having a warrant issued against him, which basically means like, hey, like you're gonna get arrested and they're gonna seize or search X, Y, and Z. And generally speaking, you can kind of defeat those if you have, you know, I forgot what it was, but I think Legal Mind said something to the effect of like, you know, reasonable doubt or something like that, to like be like, hey, like, yeah, you have a warrant, but you can object to it right before the judge signs on it. But because Rakita Law just kept opening his mouth and talking and talking and talking and talking, completely indefensible. So it's at a point now where it's not like, oh, he can fight for his innocence. It's now like, okay, he needs to, you know, take a plea deal and, you know, damage control, because that's all he can do. Anyway, that very long and also incomplete story in terms of detail, because unfortunately it is a pretty heavy topic and I don't have any of the warnings on there, but I remember reading that today and I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? Right? Like what the hell are you doing? And it's always the craziest thing too, because like you look into it and like you think it's like bad. It's like, okay, an attorney who is going to be under arrest for these, you know, horrific crimes. And then you start realizing it's a guy who isn't just like I almost think 100% guilty of the crimes he's being charged with, but also all this other shit that's also around it. I have no clue whom you're talking about. I try to stay out of most drama. Well, I mean, it's not even drama. I'm just kind of reporting on the story, right? Like, I think that me saying like, oh yeah, he's pretty much guilty of the crimes that he's being charged with and for so on and so forth, like that's not controversial, right? That is not like a matter, like a factual debate. That's like just, it is, right? It's like, I mean, he hasn't like flat out said, oh yes, this is true. But the thing is that like, I don't know, like if you've been in a rodeo, you know when the bull's gonna come out. You know what I mean? It's just a weird analogy aside, like it is what it is, right? But you know, the reason I bring that up is because like there's a lot of stuff that I see like that have a lot of really good teaching points and a lot of good, just like, I don't even know how to put this, but like you can look at them and you can see like, yeah, this can happen to anyone, right? Yeah, like I'm looking at the thing that I saved on my bookmark. Yeah, Legal Mindset legitimately like dropped the like lawyer thing. It was like he was like looking into the camera and pleading like, dude, shut the hell up. Get off Twitter. Holy crap, what are you doing? And it's like if a lawyer is doing that, like, you know something is bad. Like if a lawyer is screaming and begging you into the freaking camera to stop, something's up. That's very bad. And that's exactly what happened. The only drama I follow currently is the Eurovision drama. Yeah, I'm obviously a VTuber, right? So I'm a part of the VTuber community. So it's kind of like, I don't know. Is this the right word for it? Let me see. I want to make sure this is the right word. Yeah, I guess like it's like a sort of like market research where I'm like, what are other VTubers doing and stuff? And what's, you know, what are they doing well? What are they doing poorly? You know, what is very common? What's niche? And, you know, I'm trying to watch other male VTubers to see like, okay, like how do they, you know, run their thing? And also, of course, I watch other streamers outside the VTubing sphere. But, you know, I think it's very important that whenever you join a community, it's important to not necessarily assimilate, but like, you know, like you don't have to assimilate, but if you don't like follow the etiquette, I guess you could say, like, you know, like in the VTuber sphere, it's like, you know, generally speaking, it's like a no to like ask like, hey, what's your full name? What's your full government name? And it's like, like small things like that. But, you know, they do have impacts, right? And best lesson to learn early on is to never admit to anything. Yeah. And I mean, you know, this isn't legal advice. We're just shooting the shit, right? But generally speaking, you know, there's a lot of small tidbits of wisdom like that that are very small but have an incredible impact on things, right? It's just... But, you know, I like bringing up these, not necessarily controversial. They're sensational insofar as they're new and they're, ooh, the current thing, or at least in the little microcosm of microcosms. But I think it's important to kind of remind people, like, hey, even the people that are, like, the most insanely, I guess you could say, like, the most likely to be legally, like, wise and smart, doesn't necessarily mean that they're protected from being stupid, right? Yeah, please tell me your social security number. I need it for a reason. Yeah, don't tell anyone anything about yourself. I mean, but that's also one of the beauties of, like, VTubing. And I've said this before, but, you know, there are a lot of cons that you can attribute to being a male VTuber, right? You're in a female-saturated market, right? You have to be very careful about a lot of things. And really, I mean, there are a lot of things that you can say objectively are bad about being in the VTubing community, but it isn't like a, you know, a net negative or an actual bad thing. It's just like, this is what you need to accept. These are the terms and conditions for being a VTuber, right? And if, as long as you're cool with that, you're fine, which I am. But like, there really is nothing better than having the opportunity to kind of express yourselves through basically your own model, right? And still have anonymity, right? Because there's a lot of people that don't remember the time that anonymity was real. You know, anonymity was a thing that you could have. People used to just be numbers or names. No one knew anything about each other. You know, age, race, gender, none of that crap mattered. It was just your username, right? Now, you know, everything wants to be connected to your IRL stuff. Everything wants to be connected to who you are IRL, and it's just kind of, I mean, it legitimately, in my opinion, has ruined what was the most important and most beautiful part about the internet, right? There's no reasonable expectations of privacy anymore. Exactly. That's one of the things that, like, I mean, you know, it's like, you can, you know, talk about, you know, till you're blue in the face about the philosophical prospects of, like, you know, the right to privacy and so on. But it's like, you know, if you remember what it was like to be able to be completely anonymous online and legitimately not have to worry about any sanctions for any words or really anything you said, you know, that was a golden age of time where, you know, I wish we could go back to. Now, do I wish things were changed and different? Yeah, of course, in some ways. But, you know, generally speaking, you know, yeah, I mean, it was the Wild West and it was fun. Now it's been settled, right? Or at least that's how I kind of think of it. And where it says, I mean, I am a flesh tuber, but the chance I will get recognized IRL are so low due to the fact I stream in English. Yeah, I mean, like, that's also the other thing with, like, anything that has to do with face cam, right? It's like, you know, generally speaking, 99.9999999 times, you know, even if someone, like, happens to know your username and checks you out and sees what you're doing on Twitch, they don't care, right? And, you know, I don't think anyone, I mean, unless you have an enemy that's just like, man, I want to see their downfall. And it's like, okay, whatever, you know, they stream in their free time, or, you know, they want to stream because it's fun, you know, okay, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I personally wish that stuff like VTubing was more acceptable. I guess you could say, not acceptable, but like, okay, because generally speaking, when people watch streams, like, they expect a very heavy personality or strong personality. They expect, you know, good production quality and stuff like that, and all these weird things that, like, we're kind of spoiled with when, like, if you look at the big VTubers, or if you look at, you know, the big streamers or big what, and it isn't just like constrained to the VTubing community. It's everywhere, right? And it you know, I mean, you and I both know, and a lot of other people were there for when, you know, you could just, like, kind of start streaming and yap and yap and yap, and that was fine. Now it's like, and I mean, I fall prey to this too. Like, if I don't have a face or, like, a VTuber model to look at, like, it's really hard for me to be attentive on the stream. Because, like, I'm gonna be real with you, like, streams are basically interactive podcasts. Now, yeah, I know it's like, okay, that's just a really weird way of just, like, describing streaming, but it's like, yeah, but it's like one of the best things, like, all the really popular podcasts tend to have a personality or a person behind it, right? But yeah, I mean, I'm just lamenting at this point. I feel like I'm complaining too. But But I keep getting, oh, hello. I keep getting these ads for like Azure Lane and like Nikkei or whatever. Is it Nikkei? Nikkei? Hello, Byron. And for some reason, I'm not exactly sure why, but when I first started getting these ads like a year or two ago, I never really took any interest in them because like I knew that at the end of the game, at the end of the day, it was a game that was like just kind of designed to take your money. But like my experience with Wuthering Waves has kind of shown me that like, yeah, okay, sure, I may not be able to move as fast as other people if I do free to play, but you can still enjoy it. So I'm wondering if Azure Lane and other games like that would be worth it. Talking about VTubing, I just recently watched Mochi talk with Heavily about use of the N-word in Indonesia, and that killed me. You played Wuthering, so they start pushing. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, okay, is it targeted ads because it detected, you know, whatever? I'm thinking so. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, Mochi, I mean, I think Mochi is doing a really good job too. I haven't heard anything bad, and so that normally means everything is going pretty swimmingly. But it is kind of nice though that like she's able to let loose. Because if you didn't know, she was Mika Milatika of Niji Sanji EN, or sorry, ID Indonesia. And, you know, I never really watched her streams too much, but whenever I did, she was very contained and very relaxed. But nowadays, Mochi is really able to talk and be open and be pretty free, which is really nice. I mean, it's really scary though, like looking at like corpo talents like Kuro, Matsurakan, Mochi, so on and so forth. Like they come out of these companies, whether it's a good or bad company is irrelevant, but like they come out of the corporations and they're like, oh my god, I can actually like talk about things. I can have like controversial opinions. I can what? And it's like it's very liberating, right? Because whenever you're part of a corporation, you're just a product, right? Whereas with like streaming indie or like at V Shoujo, like yeah, technically you're a product, but like, you know, you're not you're not, you know, you don't have someone, you know, boot on the back of your neck. The V Shoujo shield helps. Oh yeah, for sure. V Shoujo is, I think, probably one of the best businesses out there right now for VTubing. I follow Heavenly, so that helps with the unhinged part. Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is like, you know, there's a lot of people, myself included, that are very unhinged, but it really only opens up when you have it with other people. And it's kind of one of the stressful and annoying parts about like streaming solo, but it's one of the reasons why I do it. Like I would love to like, you know, do collabs and hang out with people and do all that stuff, but the thing is that like I really don't like when I watch streamers that are very funny in collaborations and stuff, but you know, they don't really have that same flair when they're solo. And I'm not saying that like they need to be like, you know, as entertaining as 3 people by themselves. I'm simply saying like, you know, the type of personality, the type of person, so on and so forth. Like if I end up enjoying that in the collab, I want that reflected in solo, right? Depends on the corp. Some corpos see you as an individual, whereas others see you as a product. Yeah, exactly. So it's just like a matter of perspective as well. Talking about hanging out, when are we doing ETS? Yeah, I was actually thinking about Euro Truck Simulator because I was thinking, oh well, maybe today I could do Euro Truck, but I was like, you know, I want to do the convoy thing. I think well, it's Tuesday, right? I think the best time to do this would be like Friday or Saturday or something. Just kind of see. We'll do like a poll in the Discord, be like, hey, like what works better for you guys, and then we'll do that. And then I don't know, is there a maximum? I mean, I don't really know any of the details about it, but that's also my fault for not being aware of it. But yeah, I want to do that because it's fun. Just fucking go for it. Just drive around and see what happens. Because like I definitely want to start doing like on stream but also off stream things where it's just like, you know, like I don't know, like Euro Truck, right? You know, I like let's say during stream, you know, I'm yapping and everyone else can just like drive along with me, right? It just make it even more fun. Because I think that's one of the things that I like the most about streaming is that like Factorio, for example, like it's a solo game, but you can also do multiplayer. But like one of my favorite things to do whenever I watch people play like stream Factorio is I'll play Factorio alongside, and it like motivates me. It makes me like feel like, oh, I'm also playing with them, you know, what is it, like spiritually, I guess. And you know, that's very like mentally stimulating and something I really enjoy. So I was thinking, oh yeah, well, you know, how about with Euro Truck, right? Just do the yap and hanging out, you know, the normal stuff, and then do the convoys, right? Just so that it's just, you know, there and there. We have a Discord so we can hop in there to BS with people. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think what's probably going to be the best plan is I'm going to write this down in my notes. I'll do it immediately after stream as well so that I don't forget. Poll for Euro Truck Simulator. Yeah. Because I know that there's a lot of people, like I think, was it Snake? I think it was Snake that said he was going to buy the base game. And honestly, that's all you really need for the vast majority of it. I mean, if you want to be bougie, you can buy the DLCs and, you know, get the Baltics and all that. But, you know, I'll be frank with you, you know, Euro Truck Simulator is more than big enough by itself. That's also pretty fun. Now, granted, you know, it is kind of linear insofar as the roads and all that, but, like, that's kind of how roads work, so. But, yeah. I mean, like, I'm also looking at Azure Lane, like, the current website for it right now. And I think one of the big things that I wish that they would do is make their own launcher. Because there's a lot of these quote-unquote, like, phone games, like Azure Lane and, what is it called? Nikkei, and, like, a few other games that, like, you have to play on mobile, and it's like, why? Like, port it to PC. You will have such a higher market cap because of it. I need to boot it up again instead of a worry profile. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, I completely anticipate, like, you know, absolute scuff the entire way. So, like, that's not an issue at all for me. Like, I don't care about if it's funny, it's fine. Yeah, it may take me, like, a few, you know, 10-hour streams or so on and so forth to kind of get back to where I was if, like, everything gets wrecked. But here's the thing. If it's funny as hell, who cares? Ooh, my pixels. Ooh. But, yeah. I've also been looking around for more BGM and stuff, and I feel like either I'm unsuccessful insofar as like my ability to find new BGMs, or it's just that like there aren't really any new BGMs that I can find. Because I do have a good amount of stuff in terms of like variety and stuff, but you know, I try to get as much as I can so I have like different moods and crap, and man, I need more. It's like, I need more BGM, more copyright free stuff. If I join, I'll hunt you down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's like, you know, there's an expectation that like, oh, it's going to be a nice little simple convoy where everyone's falling behind, you know, it's going to be nice and smooth. No, it's going to be chaos. That's exactly how I want it though. Right. You know, the whole reason why you do multiplayer or co-op, right, is to do things that you can't do solo. Right. You're not just going to drive and be like, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, no, it is. Although I will say, speaking of like just drive and just doing things, I was so tempted to have coffee today, and I think I'm like almost an entire month free of coffee right now. And it is weird because generally speaking, I would drink coffee like whenever I needed to do stuff, which is not a, you know, a big deal. Everyone does it. I mean, it's the most socially acceptable stimulant in the world, right? Well, second to alcohol, or maybe it's in front of alcohol. But anyway, it's just, you know, you ever have one of those days where it's just like there's nothing particularly stressful that happens. Like it's not any worse than normal, it's not any better than normal. It just is. But like it hits you harder. That's how it is for me today. And it's just like, whatever, you know. Oh damn, are we kind of twinning and dropping a habit? Well, I mean, like, the only reason why I quit soda was for health. The only reason I quit coffee was for health, right? And the thing with coffee for me is that, like, if I quit something, like, for example, soda, like, I quit that a year or two ago, I don't know, I remember. When I quit something, I don't really remember. I'm just like, oh, okay, I just don't drink soda anymore. I did it because I was like, okay, this is unimaginably unhealthy. But with coffee, it's like, it's not really the coffee that's bad, it's the sugar and the milk inside. And generally speaking, most of the coffee I drank was black coffee, right? Where it got really bad and where it started to kind of count up the calories and stuff was like, you know, after hours, you know, I had to have a whole thing of coffee, and then like it'd be 11 o'clock, you know, and I need to go to sleep, and you know, I'm wired to the tits, and it's like, you know, I quit booze because of mental health. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too, like well, I mean, obviously coffee is in no way, shape, or form similar to alcohol, right? But I'm just saying insofar as like the concept. So I just want to make sure that you understand and we're both clear that like it is not the same thing. And I objectively think alcohol is way harder to quit than coffee. But what I mean by that is, hi Byron, is that like coffee was more so just like a health thing, and then I would just like drink tea. But how do I put this? Like, part of me thinks that, you know, if I were to just drink black coffee, for example, that wouldn't be bad, because that isn't actually bad for your health. It's more so when you have too much caffeine, because then it starts, you know, changing your chemistry, and you start abusing your chemistry because of it. But I got like 9 things I want to say. Let me try to think of one that I can actually say not out loud, but like say in a way that makes sense, not just to myself, but to everyone else. But yeah, I knew that the moment I quit coffee, it would suck for a very long time, because like your body has to get used to it. So it's like, you know, you have the caffeine withdrawal and you have all that. Then you have to like slowly accept like, okay, this is life now, right? And then you have days like this, for example, where you're just exhausted, and it definitely like drags you down. It, you know, not like psychologically or mentally, but it's just like, oh, I'm tired, right? Like I sat here and I'm like, okay, you know, I got stream. I want to stream, but it's just like my eyes hurt. My bed beckons to me, you know, and it's just like, and it's like, if I had coffee, I could force myself, but it's such a weird mental battle as well, because you're like, oh, I could do this, but then like the alternative is also the same. It's like, yeah, I could get coffee, or I could just force myself a little bit, and that'll make me more tired, and that'll let me sleep better. Because if I were to like get coffee prior to stream, and then I was like, oh, because my intention is after stream to kind of do the poll in the Discord and then go to sleep, and kind of check up on stuff and then go to sleep. If I had coffee, I wouldn't be able to do that, right? So it's one of those very special situations where it's like, this is a good thing that I quit coffee. But is there days where I'm like, man, I just want a cup of black, you know, I just want a cup of Joe, just a cup of black coffee to just wire me throughout the day? Absolutely. Right. 2-3 p.m. hits and I'm like, but you know, if you can make it to the end, you got it. Right. Now, obviously that's for coffee, which is completely different from alcohol. Right. I've never like had to quote unquote quit alcohol. It's just that like, I never really enjoyed alcohol anyway. I normally only drink it socially. So I really can't quit coffee. If I try, I will most likely be cranky 24/7 for like 2 months. So good luck, my guy. Yeah, I was cranky too. Like, I won't lie to you. I was for sure also very cranky. I don't know if it showed up on stream. I don't think it did. But yeah, it's like, because like you have to learn it. You legitimately have to learn how to live life without extra energy, right? Like that's the really big pain. And is there a chance that, like, you know, a few months from now, something happens that's very related to, like, you know, like I need to work like an 80-hour week or some shit like that? Like, yeah, like coffee's going to be really good. But I have also in the past had those types of weeks, and I was able to kind of get like slip past with, you know, energy drinks, which I personally hate, or like just drink like copious amounts of very sugary tea. And personally, I hate energy drinks. The one thing I hate the most is Red Bull. Red Bull tastes like how do I put this? Like very sugary and acidic urine. That's what Red Bull tastes like to me. But I will tell you, it works. It is the most rancid smelling, rancid tasting, but oh my God, if you give me a can of Red Bull and you say, okay, you need to be up for the next 12 hours, it'll work. So that's what I've also been thinking. But the thing is that like, it's very important. And this is one of the dangers about actually like being successful at quitting a habit, is replacing it with another, right? Like, yeah, I'm still trying to kind of control my sugar intake with my tea. Like, you know, only have 1 cup not 1 cup, 1 tablespoon instead of 2 tablespoons, you know, and kind of reduce the amount of sugar that I drink and so on and so forth. But yeah, all of that is to say that like, it's a delicate balance that is not necessarily a struggle every day, but there are certain checkpoints that like, you know, you gotta pass. But yeah, good luck, my guy. Yeah, no, I wish you great luck as well. Cause I mean, the only reason that we put ourselves through that like agony and pain, cause let's be real, it's not easy. It sucks. We don't want to do it, but we do it because like, okay, it's for our health. One way or another, it's for our health. You You know, it's because it's worth it, not because it's easy, right? But it's also like, if you quit the habit, but you pick up another, you know, is that habit better or worse than the previous one you had? But anyway, enough about that, you know, boring stuff, right? Yeah, I've been, ooh, hello. Lord Byron is trying to sleep down. I had a mental drown, but the mental, basically the same thing, right? Mental breakdown that nearly ended me. So yeah, I get that. Yeah. I mean, I will say, you know, what are you doing? Hello. Lord Byron is saying hello to you and to me. Like mental breakdowns, like they happen, right? It like, I wouldn't say they're a normal part of life, but I will say that like they do happen on time to time. Mental drown, I mean, it's the same thing, right? You know, you feel like you're underwater in some way or form, and you just got to do everything you can to go for that extra breath. It'll happen. It's just a matter of when. But you know, I mean, the panic, like mental breakdowns. Yes, they're horrific. They're horrible. They suck. No one will ever like convince me otherwise. They always suck. But having them at work, that, my friend, that is worse than having just a mental breakdown, because then you legitimately, well, I mean, it depends on the day, right? Sometimes you may get lucky and you don't have a lot going on, but having a mental breakdown at work, like as you clock in, is probably, in my opinion, on the top like 5 list of horrible things that can happen to you. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that even though it was rough, you got through it. The end goal is always worth it, but it's never easy. Lord Byron, cutest of meowers, fighter of cables, receiver of pets, wearer of the fauna hat, first of his name, indeed. Dude, I had an anxiety attack while taking care of kids while being a Scouts leader. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, especially like, even if, the thing that gets me is that like, sometimes it happens in the most odd situations. Not anxiety attacks, but like just stuff like that, you know, anxiety or et cetera, and you're just like, hold on a second, right? It's like, whoa. And then you like center yourself, and sometimes you can get lucky and you center yourself and like you're fine, but then there are other times, like other times where it kind of like not spirals, but like it takes way longer to get back, and then you have to kind of like mask it and stuff, and it's like, But yeah, it sucked, especially like okay, actually no, I think that's an objectively worse situation, because at work it's just like, you know, well, okay, let me tell you the reason why I quit coffee, right? So obviously I said for health, but like there was like a very specific moment where I realized like, okay, like that was my oh shit moment, right? Couldn't center, needed the assistance for a first aid person. Yeah. And if you have someone that actually knows what you're going through, they can really help snap you out of it. Now, are they going to snap you out immediately? No, but unfortunately, no one can. But, you know, they can definitely speed up the process. But, you know, what happened to me to kind of make me go, okay, coffee is probably not something I want, is I used to get these really bad nosebleeds, like almost like constantly. Not now, it's like a year or two ago. And I used to drink a lot of coffee. Like I would drink like, you know, 3 or 4 cups of black coffee in the morning, 3 or 4 cups of black coffee in the afternoon. And then I would drink, you know, coffee with milk and sugar in the evening, right? Like unimaginably like intense intake of coffee. And because of, you know, stress and all that stuff like that and what was going on, I would get these honestly horrific nosebleeds. And I knew it was because of stress, right? Because I would get these nosebleeds. My eyes would be extremely like pressure and all that. I'd start to get pressure headaches. You know, my stomach would start turning and stuff. And I went, this is going to fucking kill me, right? Because it got to a point where I just ignored it. I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm getting runny noses or bloody noses. I'm like, no. Like I would legitimately, I would have a thing of like tissues and paper towels next to my desk, or sorry, on my desk, that I would pull out and stuff in my nose. And it got so bad that like my coworkers would be like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, it's just a nosebleed, ignore me. And then I realized like how unimaginably unhealthy that is. And I went, okay. At that time I knew I couldn't quit coffee. It just wasn't possible, but I was able to reduce it. And I started, I mean, being able to kind of judge what you need for coffee rather than what you want for coffee. That's the difficult part. It's like need versus want. Like, yeah, there are some times where you really need energy, right? But 90% of the time that I drank coffee, I didn't need it. I just did it because, I was working. So black coffee, right? Yeah, like 10 cups a day. Yeah, that's basically what I was at. And that was like just during working hours. That wasn't like during lunch, right? During lunch, I'd probably go and get some awful gut-wrenching stuff to screw up my gut even more. But yeah, no, like I would get stomach issues, I'd get bloody noses, my eyes would be so, like, I could feel like my eyes were gonna pop from the pressure that was in there. It was just like unimaginably bad, right? And it was affecting my sleep, it was affecting my work, it was affecting everything. It was just like a complete system, just like barely managing. And I remember, I think, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I know I was at home and I realized like it was like 30 minutes before, I think, when I would normally go to sleep. And I was like, dude, I just drank coffee. How the fuck am I going to go to sleep? And then at that moment was when I decided, okay, I'm going to start slowing down, right? I'm going to start, like, I knew that I couldn't just cold turkey it because then, like, legitimately my body, like, if I wanted to experience pain of the most intense sort, yeah, cold turkey coffee after drinking 10 cups of it a day. But I started, like, it took me a year or two to kind of get there, but once you wean yourself off of it, you can get there. But like when I went cold turkey with coffee, I was only drinking like 1 or 2 cups a day generally, because I was able to distinguish between when I really needed energy versus leisure, right? And let me tell you, I fucking love the taste of coffee. I love the taste of sugar, milk, and coffee. I mean, black coffee, I mean, you drink it for the juice. You don't do it because it tastes good, right? In fact, if you drink it enough, you won't notice the taste at all, right? I get you, my guy. We as humans are basically killing ourselves to earn enough to get by. Well, it's not even that. It's more so the case that, like, when you start that awful, like, process of, like, drinking coffee over and over and over and over and over, you actually do become more efficient and you do become more attentive and alert and so on. That's why people, like, are like, oh man, I need to keep doing this. But there hits a level where, like, you have too much and then you chemically, like, max yourself out. And then you're like, shit, and you have to, like, go into a detox to actually get the benefits from coffee. But, like, yeah, like, at the peak that, I would drink 8-10 cups of coffee a day, and I would be as tired as I woke up, regardless of whatever cup I was at. In fact, it got so bad that I would drink coffee and I would get sleepy. Like, that's how taxed I was every day for, like, months. Obviously, like I said, I was able to wean myself off, but that was an incredibly arduous process. It was a very slow process, and it was a genuinely painful process. But, whether you're able to quit in a year or two, or a month or two, or a day or two is irrelevant. If you're able to achieve your goal, go with that. If it's going to be slow, fuck it. Fuck it, who cares? Okay, it's going to take a year. Okay, if you got the year, you got it. Hot ween. Pee-pee. You weenie. But yeah, with alcohol, I've had a lot of friends who tried quitting, but the way they went around it was kind of like, well, like, they would have these moments where, like, how do I describe it? Well, they weren't even my friends, they were just acquaintances. They would quit alcohol, right? And they'd cold turkey it. And they would be miserable assholes for like a week. And everyone knew it was because of the withdrawals, right? And I remember, like, every single time I saw someone doing that, I was like, dude, you need to wean yourself off of this. You can't cold turkey it. And then, like, people don't know this, but you can actually die from alcohol withdrawal. So it's a very serious thing, right? But I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but obviously I know you're a sound mind, so I don't even have to worry about you, but just take care of yourself, of course. But like, I had an acquaintance friend, I don't know, something like that, where whatever, the words, the adverb doesn't matter, or the adjective doesn't matter, but like he quit alcohol, and he got through like 2 months, I think it was, and then he started getting the shakes or something like that. And you know, I remember him telling me that like it got so bad that he would drink like mouthwash to get the alcohol from it, and I'm like, holy fuck, right? And I'm like, ah. I drank around a bottle of whiskey in 2 or 3 days and like 2 or 3 beers a day. It's not terrible. I first dropped the whiskey. This month is also the no alcohol month. Nice. Yeah, because I mean, the thing with alcohol withdrawal is not the quality of the alcohol. That's, I mean, obviously beer versus like, you know, spirits, obviously there's a difference there, right? Spirits is going to be way more impactful than the beer. But it's more so the quantity of the consumption, right? Because it's the hops inside of it. There's also, of course, the alcohol inside of it. That's the thing you're trying to kick out, right? So if you're able to wean yourself down to a certain amount, yeah, you can cold turkey it. And it seems like that's exactly what you did, right? And a bottle of whiskey in 2 or 3 days is not, well, I don't know. I don't know if that's objective. I mean, I can say that in 2 or 3 days, a bottle of whiskey is not bad. You know, it's really bad if you're like cleaning a whole thing of Jack Daniels in a day, right? Which I have seen. Or if you're having, and this is the danger, this is the combo that I have seen that is the most horrific, is black coffee and vodka or any alcohol whatsoever. I remember very vividly seeing someone pour a flask into their black cup of coffee, and I thought it was water at first because it was you know, I mean, obviously, you know, you think, okay, you're just gonna water it down because it's too bitter. Nope. Ew, it's a shrimpy raz. That's me. Hi, Larry. We talking about alcohols. Oh, hi, Spinal. How are you guys doing? Me and Worry were just, I thought it was just me and Worry, so we were just like, oh, yeah. Because we were talking about, basically, I've quit coffee and he's quitting alcohol, and we're kind of just like, we're both like mutually bitching about like the annoyances of it, but also the fact that like, you know, you quit the stuff because you want to be healthy, right? Doing good, and you? I'm doing good. I'm just really tired from the day, which is, it happens, right? So I'm just doing a quick chat, hanging out, making sure that everyone can have some time to just relax, you know, whether you want to lurk or whether you want to hang out and chat. All good to me. I'm just having fun. 1 liter of whiskey in 3 days and 2 to 3 beers every day is not good for you, man. No, I know. I'm just saying that, like, you know, that's not as bad as I've seen, right? I knew a guy. Okay. Actually, he was my old boss. How do I put this? I don't want to give anything away in case they actually know what my username is IRL. Or what know me IRL from like my username for whatever. Like maybe they saw my laptop or something. But you know those big cups of like tequila? He could drink one of those in an entire day. Very bad. So I'm just saying, like, you know, if you feel better by seeing other people being worse, that's definitely it. Or if like you want a better comparison of like the scale of how bad, you know, like where you are on the scale, that, you know. Spine Lady, Razpat, Cat Jam. Yeah, also, Larry, I forgot to send you a DM, but are you okay with me using that? I have it uploaded on the BTTV, but I just want to make sure I got your express permission. Because I'm assuming you're cool with it, but I also want to make sure. Cat Jam. But, yeah, I'm very happy I quit coffee. But like I said, there's times where I'm just like, the only way to drink tequila. Tequila. Told you before, don't mind. Okay, cool. Larry, I got logged out of my account on Discord, so you might have to add me again. Oh no. I don't know what I would do if I lost my Discord account. I'll be real with you, because the fact that I've had that Discord account for so long, like that would hurt. Coffee and alcohol, my 2 fave things. Yeah, I'm not really too big of a guy on alcohol. I've never really had the pull towards it. Obviously, I drink socially, but like I don't drink by myself or anything like that. But for coffee, yeah, I was telling Worry, I could drink like 10 cups of black coffee a day. In fact, I did. Then I would come home and have even more coffee, and it's like, it's a bit too much. You lost mine before? It was from 2019. Yeah. That's why you got to write down those passwords on a piece of paper. Your PC restarted itself while I was playing Wuthering Waves. Raz dead. But as always, thank you very much for the emotes, Larry. They are wonderful as always. By the way, how are you guys doing? Final, Larry? How are you guys? Raz, you forgot to add the cry emote? Wait, what? No! Did I? Oh, you're right, I did. Uh-oh. Oh damn, I didn't even resize it. Okay, let me add that too. I have now 2 things after stream to do. Yeah, it's cry emote. There we go. I drink by myself a lot. Most of my friends don't drink. Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, I'm not like, I don't want to make it sound like, oh, like drinking by yourself is bad. But for me, whenever I drink by myself, I just get really tired or I get really depressed. And it's like, it's not a vibe I like. Rez, you have seen my mug, the red one. I drink about 10 of those a day. Yeah, that's basically like half of that cup. Worcestershire sauce. So how many followers you got now? 45. Raz Gumpy. But yeah, like I would drink basically eight cups. Well, half your cup, and then 8 of those a day. That's basically what I did. The next thing I need to kick myself alive. Wait, hold on. So yeah, that's the next thing I need to kick. Well, I don't think you need to kick coffee. I think it's more so you need to identify how much you actually need. That's what I did. I was like, how much coffee do I actually need? And I realized that in the morning I could push myself, I'd be fine, but around 1 or 2 p.m. I'd be like, ugh. And then that's if I took a lunch. But if I didn't, then I could keep going until like 3, and then I'm like, okay. And then I would only need 1 cup and I'd be fine. Raz is a big streamer now? Not at all. Not at all. Even if I do become this quote-unquote big streamer, I'm still gonna make sure that you guys like talk to me one-on-one and stuff. That's why Discord exists. And I've actually started to appreciate it more. Let me see here. How about you? I'm doing good. Like I said, just really tired. My plan is to kind of conk out and go to sleep after stream after I got, the things fixed. But I remember the password to it. I just did the extra like the 2-factor authentication. Yeah, I don't like drinking by myself. I mean, I will say, okay, there is only there's one situation, and it's a vibe. Okay, it's something you have to do for the vibe, where you like go into like a foresty area or like a very rural area where there's like a bench, and have like a just completely straight on the rocks, right? So ice and liquor and a cigar. That's my favorite time to drink by myself. But I don't do that. I don't even smoke. I mean, I quit that, so man, I can't tell you how it happened. I mean, I was never really addicted to it. It's just that like I did it because there are some benefits to it, but yeah, I don't like cancer. Cancer bad. Cancer sucks. Don't recommend. Your phone sends a message before you finish typing it out. Yeah, that's me with Discord. With Discord, I have this bad habit of like hitting enter for some reason. Yep, I quit smoking as well. 3 months clean. Let's go. That's so good to hear. Because it's like, it's so refreshing to see people like put themselves through basically hell because they know that by doing it, they'll be able to live longer or live a healthier life. And honestly, like that's probably the coolest thing that I get to see, right? I mean, I hope that maybe obviously me quitting coffee is kind of a small drop in the pan compared to other things, but hopefully that whenever you guys are struggling with like, whether it be alcohol or whether it be coffee like me, my little petite issue over here, hopefully it gives you a little motivation, because it definitely like, knowing that there's other people that are going through the same thing, or knowing that there are other people that are, very clearly aware that I'm going through it. It kind of gives me a layer of accountability to be like, yeah, I need to keep this up. And also we get to be healthier at the end of it. I know have phone, Lyra. It's in a river with the fishes. Well, I've been stuck in Tokyo Bay for a while. I can have Perry the platypus, Perry the pointing platypus. Go and fetch it if you want. Boy, guys, I have to show you my fish I had a few days ago. What does that mean? Is that a euphemism? Or do you actually have did you buy a fish at a fish market? Oh, an actual fish. We get to live longer? Not sure if I think the longer you get to have on the planet, the better. Because of the higher chance for you to enjoy stuff. It was so delicious. Norway salmon. You guys say salmon or salmon? I mean, I think both are correct, but I think salmon sounds cooler. Perry the platypus pointer. Yeah, I don't know if it was Perry the pointing platypus or Perry the platypus pointer. In my lore, you drowned. So, yeah, I know. I mean, come on, look at that wave crashing behind me. Nah, I'd win. Everyone. Me? No, I'd drown. Salmon. I say zam. Salmon. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I don't eat fish, so. That is one thing that I wish that I did do. I wish that I ate salmon or ate, like, we say latches. Lock? German's a weird language. I like German, though. I will have to say, though, that, like, I think I've said this before, but if I had to choose a language besides English to know, I'd choose Japanese, but the second one I would learn is German. I don't know why. Like, Japanese, obviously, because I'm a weeb, right? But I have a new model? Ooh. Ooh. What type of model? Oh. I am very interested. Do tell. Yeah, one of the things that I've noticed that, like, I didn't expect would be an unintended thing that I look forward to is hearing really good news from you guys, whether it's very small or very big. Because that means that you guys are, like, doing stuff and you guys are, you know, just, you guys are doing stuff, you know? I know that's a horrible way of explaining it, but yeah, your drawings you did, right? It looks amazing. Wait, are you saying you drew your own model and rigged it, or? German calls lake seas and sea mere, which means lake in Dutch. Oh. Okay, now I'm really curious. Do you have like a link to it, or have you been farming the engagement on Twitter? I'm debuting my model. I'm assuming you're talking about like a VTuber model, right? If I'm wrong, please forgive me. It's a different one. Ooh. I'm sitting in my chair. I am absolutely, completely, and totally. VTuber. Oh, that's so cool. So you drew it yourself? That's insane. Yeah, I got spoiled. This one, the one that I'm using right now, Asuka, free. One of the most happiest accidents that I've ever stumbled upon. Because I was on booth and I was like, holy, free? You just have to do a tributation? Easy. But that is so cool. I commissioned it because I was moving at the time. I didn't have time to do it. Oh, that's so cool. It's scary trying to commission though. Because like in most marketplaces, like there's fraud security, there's like all these securities that are put in place to prevent, like, you know, if you purchase like something on Amazon, you know you're gonna get it. Whereas with commissioning, it's like, you know, you have to have a lot of faith. But I'm doing the chibi. Ooh, I gotta check that out. Ooh. Oh, that's so cool. Sorry, I clicked on your channel and the first thing I see is a Pepe hoodie, which, to be honest with you, is, I think, I love that vibe. It's just like cute anime girl. like on first thing, like normally, like whenever you see any like feminine model, you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like cutesy and so on and so forth, and yes, PP. And it's just like, oh no, there's Pepe. Why is chat so slow for him, or is my stream slow? Oh, next chat I see, I'll let you know if there's any delay, but I think it may just be Twitch. We had this issue before. Pepe is cute, what you mean? Oh, no, I agree he's cute. It's just that, like, you know, you expect, like, it to be like a dinosaur or, like, I don't know, like a frog or something. Well, no, I'm sorry. Pepe is a frog. Very interesting. Look at that. And then yeah, the chat was instantaneous for me. I don't know if it was Yeah. The thing that scares me, like, is the fact that, like, it's only happening to one person. So, like, generally speaking, I can be like, oh, well, it's probably on your end, which sometimes is true, but also it's like, sometimes my stuff is all messed up. But my model is now green. Let's go. It's not blue-haired anymore. Ooh. Wait, hold on. Am I blind? Because my brain was telling me that your hair was a different color. Ah. The demon piranhas are on the prowl. If you hear them, I'm sorry, the walls are thin. I mean, have you seen Camilla? She is clown through and through, although she did get a ban for being lewd. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a point where it's like, I really enjoy watching a lot of VTubers, but Lord have mercy, put them away. You can be that one annoying blue hair. You can't be that one annoying blue hair VTuber anymore. Who says you can't? Make it a toggle that it switches here. I don't know if you actually, is that a thing you can do? I know you can set locations, but if Laura invites me to the server again, I could post a model. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I think I also did this. Let's see if it works. It doesn't. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Is my internet about to die? No. What? Wait, hold on. Test. Okay, so apparently commands don't show up in like exclamation point Discord is something I set up that basically had an invite, but I'm too lazy for toggles and I don't want to mess with her. Ah, I see. Yeah. Toggles are really annoying. VTube Studio makes it pretty easy, but if you're not using it, the last thing I watched of Camilla was her combo with Cotton. The chat box was faster than your stream. Funner. Oh, I need to add that. What do you want for funner worry? What do you want the text to read? Give me your script and I will put it in there. You know, it may be broken too. Because my hey you can help me get to shore with the follow. That's broken. That reminder is broken. So I'm wondering if my damn commands are broken too. Because if you're not aware, Streamlabs did an update recently, like within a week ago, that kind of screwed over a lot of stuff. Which is less than Gucci Gang. He said the thing. Point and laugh at him. You've gained +2 social points for not using the Oxford comma. Time to start using stream elements. Yeah, that's also another thing I was thinking. I was like, if this isn't something that they can resolve pretty quickly, I think I may actually end up like switching over, because I'm gonna be honest with you, like I love how Streamlabs works, but now that they've changed the graphic user interface and a lot of the other things, it is annoying. And then also, like, in regards to tipping, they have an issue right now. It's not a bug, it's more so just like a really annoying thing that like I'm currently trying to hash out, and it's just like But the other thing too is that like it took me a very long time to get all my alerts and stuff set up, so it's like, oh god, I gotta spend more time just getting back to my baseline, you know? Point and laugh doesn't need the Oxford comma. It was a list of 2 things. That's true. Can you tell I'm tired? Oh, I know why. Okay, my bread. Yeah, my bread read that as a semicolon for some reason. I don't know. Don't ask me. Do you think I know how to read? I don't. But you are right, yeah. It's got to be a list of 3 or more items for the Oxford comma to exist. But I'm a nerd. Where shall I post thou model? Oh. It's maybe like just art would be a good idea. I think that would be a good place. Does that sound about right, Larry, for how you set it up? Hold on. I think. Brett says breading on the mind, I think. Yeah, have you ever made your own bread? I have. It's delicious, but like I hate that it takes so much work to make good bread. Like it takes like 8 hours, like it feels like, to make it. My bread. You reading. I like reading. I engage in reading. I really do enjoy it, but I don't have a lot of time for it anymore. Well, I say anymore. I've never really had time for it, but yeah, I just can't get into audiobooks though. Yep. Okay, yeah, then just put it in just art. Yeah. I do need to catch up though. There's a lot of cool stuff that everyone has posted. And I've seen it, but I've not been able to like go through it. So that's also something I need to do. That I won't do today, but I will do tomorrow. Yeah, I've made my own bread, but that's not what I wrote. Wait, what did you write? Oh. I don't have it. I got no dick, I got no balls, and I don't got a butthole. Okay, couldn't afford it. Okay. I'm dyslexic. I'm lexidexic. I hate reading. I get that. Yeah. I don't have dyslexia, but I do have dyscalculia, which is dyslexia with numbers. So, like, one of the things that I have to do is that, like, if there's a long ordered list of numbers, I have to separate them into sets of 3, like phone numbers, basically, but instead of the 4 at the back. Brad's dead. Yeah, I know, right? But, it's not horrible, but whenever I have to do, like, accounting or work with, like, Excel or spreadsheets or so on, like, it's rough. What sex are you? Yes. Oh, man. Oh. I've been drinking a lot more water, though, recently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. There you go, Resi Poo Poo Head. Yep. I mean, I will say, right? Gender? No. Yeah. Sex and gender? I'm sorry. What? I still remember this is an ancient meme. If you want to carbon date yourself, say you remember this. But I remember, like, it was such a stupid meme, and it wasn't a controversial meme, by the way, or anything crazy like that. It was just like, I identify as like an Apache attack helicopter, and like I think it was supposed to be like a jab or something, but nowadays I just think it's hilarious because it's like, that's so cool. Like, imagine if you okay. Not even like thinking about anything like other than that. Like, imagine if you could like turn into an Apache attack helicopter, or like you could turn into like an F-22 fighter jet. Like, imagine that. Like, imagine you could like become like your own Gundam or like your own Gunpla or something like that, and you could just like do shit. Like, how cool would that be? Like, legitimately become like a Transformer, right? No, I'm literally describing Transformers. Like, imagine if we were Transformers and we could like choose into it. And I typed it before you mentioned it. Let's go. We're boomers. We're boomers. Yeah, I think if I had to choose, like, let's say I was a Transformer, right? Like, I was a human Transformer, and I could, like, choose whatever I wanted to turn into. I definitely think I would choose a bird of some sort, right? Because I mean, if I could change, like, if I had to, like, lock myself into a category, I'd be, like, flying object, like a bird or a plane or something like that, just so that, you know, I can be like, okay, what is it like to hover 300 feet above my house or something like that? Or what is it like to, you know, I don't know, fly over there. Alrighty, I'll go now. The topics are getting okay, hey, hold on, Larry. Hold on. Before you go, is there a topic that you could offer that would keep you here? I posted the model. They look very pissed all the time. Uh-oh. Are you just pouty? Is that what you're saying? Oh, wait, where'd you put it? I'm deaf. Oh, I see it. No, trust. Oh, yeah, that's badass. Oh, yeah. Oh, you've got the chevron boob window. Let's go. Gotta love it. Of course, you obeyed the law. You are not allowed to have the stockings match. They have to be mismatched. I do love the hair though. The horns and the ears. I gotta say though, droopy ears are dope. I love it. Oh, you've kind of got the, like, how I have, like, the little, on the, what is it called? The jacket or whatever this is called? Like, the little, the things that are dangling right now. You kind of got, like, those on your arm. That's cool. Twins. Art? Okay. Well, hold on. That's pretty broad. Like, are you saying art in general? Or are you saying, like... To be fair, I told her to go crazy with the outfit, and she did. It looks great. Looks like Spinal has seen some combat. No. She looks like she asked you for, like a pancake, and you're like, no. And she's like, oh. This little old spine. No art history, or else I'll be gone. Look at the leg in front. That's a war injury. Ooh. Actually, I don't know that. This is Spinal lore. Art history. Okay. What period of history do you want for art, Larry? Because there's a lot. I know about Renaissance. I know about Middle Age. I know about Greek. I know about Roman. Hell, I know about Arabic. No art history? Oh, okay. 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 Sad. Sag. 1939 to 1945. Yeah, nothing happened during that time. Sorry, couldn't resist. Well, there was a gentleman that made a painting, but, you know, that butterfly effect, we don't really like talking about it. Especially me. The last thing I want to do is open that Pandora's box. Rastavi gets canceled again. Well, I haven't been canceled yet, but I'm kind of looking. I'm kind of thinking, like, what would be the thing I'd get canceled for? You know, like what would be the thing? Because I think I'm pretty decent. You know, I'm pretty based in a lot of ways. But what would be my unbased take that would get me canceled? I'm lazy, dude. Same. I mean, the reason you're lazy is because, like, you don't have to do stuff. Right? Like, if you had to do it, you wouldn't be lazy, right? The only reason you're lazy is because you can. And that's what I believe. I'm very lazy. I'm not trying to make this a personal attack. I realize that may be how it sounds, but, like, being lazy is amazing. Because that means that you're super optimized and you're super efficient with your time. Yeah, you may not do anything with your time, but let me tell you, when you do, you're efficient. Oh. I've never seen a fish have such a good time. I don't want to put you in hot water, but that dude did make some nice art. Unironically, yeah, I do concur with you. Yeah. Lazy is not a bad... Exactly, yeah. I was gonna do an art stream so I could stream me drawing the chibi model and rig it, but I saw you were live, so... Why not both? Why not both? I mean, I will say, though, like, there are a lot of streamers that I enjoy watching. You know, you guys in chat, of course, but also other things like other streamers that stream at kind of the same slot, for example. But it's just like, I wish that I could watch their stream and stream at the same time, but it's like, I don't got that brain power. You might draw tomorrow again. Ooh, but I don't want to either. It's hard to decide. Well, do you know what you're doing in the next 15 minutes, right? So why worry about whether you're going to draw tomorrow, right? I mean, unless it's like a schedule you have to keep, but yeah. Also, what emote? Oh, that's a good point. What? Guys, help me. I have no creative bones in my body. I like planning things. Yeah, me too. I will say that the most overpowered strategy for getting shit done is making lists. That's what I do every morning. I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? And then I rank what needs to get done in terms of, like, time, generally speaking. Knock those out, and then everything else, you know, if I don't finish it, then it rolls over to the next day. Next 15 minutes might go and hit my pillow. Raz bonk. Well, I think we have a bonk, right? Let me check. I haven't uploaded it. Everything. Oh, God. Oh, no. Yeah, so I need to upload that, but we have Raz Lurk, we have Raz Bonk, Raz Coffee and Raz Cry, Raz Dead, Raz Comfy or Raz Dino, which is me in a dino suit, Raz Error, Raz Love, Raz Pat, which is the most recent one she's done, Raz Smart, Raz Smug, Raz Wheeze, Raz Chocolate Milk. Oh, it's good. What do you guys think? Raz Dance? What would that look like? Raz Dance. I can't dance. Raz Blanky? Well, we had the Dino one, but you would have to... Yeah, that's actually a good point. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? You know, I'm always really good at, like, trying to push you guys to try new things and also enjoy what you enjoy doing. If you want to animate something... I mean, I don't think a dance is a good starting place, though. Raz Coffee. Yeah. Oh. But I think, like, you did, for the Raz Comfy emote, it was a GIF for the server. Animation is easy? Oh? Larry, are you still... Well, maybe y'all could do a collab. That would be cool. 2D animation? I think Larry is... I mean, obviously, I don't want to, you know, throw you into the deep end here, but, you know, Raz enjoying himself while watching the fish? Yeah. That's how you guys want me to react whenever you guys, like, send flirty stuff to me. It's like, oh, Raz, you know, you're my bottom. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's doing it for me. I'm not good at animating. Well, here's the thing. All animation is just multiple layers of art, right? You have art 1 frame, art frame 2. Practice make true. I like them feisty, though. I concur. Well, but I'm lazy. Same. I was gonna say, like, obviously it's up to you guys, but I know that you like collabing with other artists and stuff, but it would be kind of cool to do like how you did with Cloud. Like, he did the line art. Wait, yeah, he did the line art and then you did the coloring and the shading. You could do like something like me and Larry are already supposed to do. Oh, let's go. Yeah, then do that. Screw my emote. Do that. Have fun. And then when you guys finish with that, then we can, you know, circle back. Have fun. With the sleepover thingy, remember? You guys are having sleepovers? Oh, girls' night. While we watch your streams. Yeah. Honestly, I think what is really, like, overpowered is the actual benefit of, like, doing one thing and then having something going on in the background, right? And generally speaking, like, especially these, like, just chatting streams, they're very chill, they're very relaxed. So, I mean, like, yeah, there's BGM in the background, but it's like you can kind of tune that out and you can put your own stuff. So it's just one of those really nice things. Or at least I try to make it that way. Sometimes I fail, sometimes I succeed, so. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. I just blanked. Hey, you guys remember what I forgot? Oh, that's what I was gonna think about. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I didn't end up streaming Minecraft or like any other game, because sometimes it's really nice to just not have to focus on a game and just kind of hang out here and just hang out and talk. It feels so good. I feel like I missed a whole fucking arc of this anime. Who is having a sleepover with Huna? I don't know either. I'm assuming it's Spinal and Larry, so I don't ask me. I'm generally speaking mostly out of the loop, right? Larry, you need to help with animating. I can try helping you. Ooh, yeah, set up the class. Have fun. Do some cool stuff. Oh, hi, Ray. I don't even remember what I... Dude, the reason I put dementia in my tags is not to help me with discoverability, but so that at any point if I forget something, I'm like, hey guys, it's there, right? ADHD, dementia, come on, you can't, oopsie doopsie, I forgot. Also, how are you doing, Ray? I have time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That'd be great. Raz Pat, Raz Coffee. No. Ooh. Like 2 other people? Yeah. I think probably my favorite thing about being a streamer is that, like, I happen to be the nexus for people to, like, do cool stuff. Cloud, Spine Lady, Mist, me, and maybe Siren. Ugh, Oxford comma. Wait, no, you didn't use that. Ooh. I think it's a bit now. But I genuinely don't care if you use the Oxford comma, but I think because of the fact that you guys derailed me in that Subnautica stream and had me go on a 20-30 minute lecture about why I hate the Oxford comma and why at the end of the day that it doesn't matter either way. It's like saying the dress is white and gold versus black and blue or whatever the other color was. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of opinion or preference. That's what I feel like right now. And now it's like a bit, and it's like, ugh. I don't care about grammar or anything. Fair. Why using the Oxford comma is incorrect. Yeah, exactly. Where you get me. I'm not putting words in your mouth at all. You might have to invite me to this GC again. But yeah, like I said, it's nice being the nexus for people because it's like, even if I'm not able to provide anything particularly like service-wise or so on and so forth. That's how, I shouldn't have used that word. But anyway, you guys know what I mean. It's nice to see that you guys are able to take your creativity, bring it together, and make cool stuff, right? Because once you're able to realize, like, you have a limit to what you can do, but when another person is there, it like blows up and expands. That's the good stuff. If you refuse, you're just being a dick. Yeah, no, it's just like, one of the rules here is that we just don't use the Oxford comma. Sorry. I have to say, of all the BGMs that I've like found and just randomly had, this is my favorite one. I randomly found it scrolling through Twitter and I was like, this is unimaginably good. It's like close to elevator music, but it's not elevator music. It's got the bells. It's got like the... It's like chilling in the lobby of like an executive office or something. You're just like... I was dancing in my chair, don't ask me. How about doing an own collab together before we do the collab with others? Ooh, yeah, go crazy. Every time I look back at my model, she smiles for like 5 seconds, and it's like as if they finally see something. If that is going to be an official rule, I would need to unfollow. I'm so sorry, Mr. Tabi. Yeah, yeah, go ahead, unfollow, refollow, so that you can break my follower account. I don't know why, but for some reason, like, I mean, that's Drox's bit. I can't English, right? But yeah, I don't know if you guys are here for it, but I had to change it from 52 to back to 45 because I don't know why I decided to count whatever the hell. But yeah, I love my model. I love my model, but I don't like the fashion. It's me, but also not, right? Like, are you gonna catch me wearing a black turtleneck? No, you're not going to. That's not me. I will only refollow if you bark meow again. Uh-oh. 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 There you go. By the way, the key to doing a good meow is not to say, like, meow, right? It's to combine all 4 of those letters into one. So you're kind of saying, like, ma, but, like, without the H, like, and then instead of the H at the end of it, you're, like, doing a... There you go. Next thing you know, I'm going to, like, do that, and I'm just going to hear Byron in the background. I'd wear a black turtleneck. Well, I'm not saying that, like, I wouldn't wear a black turtleneck. It's just that it's not my normal. It wouldn't be a choice I would make generally. But no, turtlenecks are dope. But, like, you have to... If you just wear, like, a regular outfit with a black turtleneck, like, for me, I just feel like you need, like, a jacket or something, right? But then again, that's, like, male fashion. Generally speaking, anyway. But, I'm saying, like, oh, yeah, that's male fashion. But, like, I just dress, like, the same. I've been dressing the same way for, like, God knows how long now. Like, I have my casual outfit. I have my, business outfit. I have, well, my business cash, business pro, all that good stuff. You need the turtleneck to hide all of your hickeys. Yeah, from all the makeout sessions, yeah. Very promiscuous. Now, the question is in which position I'm... Oh, God. What an interesting sentence that immediately follows after that. Whew. Not putting any words in anyone's mouth. I don't want to do that. That's the last thing I want to do. I'm a programmer. I wear a t-shirt, hoodie. Respect. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. The best at-home stuff, whether it's like, well, during the winter, you want like maybe cotton pants or something like that. But like during the summer, like basketball shorts are S tier, in my opinion. Now, there are like different quality ones. Like some of them have better breathability and stuff and other things like that. But generally speaking, even if it doesn't have that breathability, not gonna lie, basketball shorts are king. Citation, wearing them now. You can't see because it's below the screen, but you know, trust me, I'm wearing them. I think, Larry, have you done NSFW? Not to my knowledge, anyway. Basketball shorts are not fun. Just buy a good set of slacks. For like chilling at home? Okay, that's as crazy as like people saying like, yeah, you know, whenever I get home from work, yeah, I get out of my slacks and I put on my jeans. And I'm like, dude, why? How, you know, what? First of all, let them breathe. And second of all, how is that comfortable? You know? It's like, like, what? I could not do that. I always wear jeans. Yeah, that's also a good point. There's some people that like, I'm not one of them, obviously, but like, you know, jeans are basically the equivalent of like wearing pajamas, which, fair enough. I do NSFW for commissions sometimes. Yeah, I mean, NSFW pays, and there's generally speaking a higher demand for it. Hopefully you guys don't get any weird clients. Hopefully it's just like good work. I mean, just any position like hugging or sitting on a couch, etc. Ooh, spicy. Yeah, I did you a disservice there because I read worries like kind of like the hickey thing, and then that followed, and I was like, sorry, I'm not the say so idol streamer that I'm trying to be. No, I'm kidding. I can't sing. I can't be an idol. I can do auto-tune though. My commissions have finally opened after 100 years. You're pretty short for being 100 years old, I gotta say. Jeans are normal pants. Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. PogChamp. Using basketball shorts as normal pants is being a weird failed sports guy. Is it weird to just wear basketball shorts because they're comfy? I think I'll be an NSFW artist, Lamau. I mean, it pays. I mean, if we're just talking strictly business, yeah, it pays. I remember very vividly seeing, I think, was it a Reddit post? It may have been a Twitter post, but like a year or two ago. It was like, they were saying something to the effect of like, yeah, like, you know, I did, like, they were doing like pixel art and they were doing like paintings and stuff like that. And then, they were like, they put like how much they earned in like a 6-month period, and then they put like the first like week of them doing NSFW, and like the margin of like, it was like it was like, you know, like the graph was just insane. I'm short for 100 years old. Crazy. How'd you know I'm short? Because I had to look down to look at your model in the Discord. I'm not evil. I'm just annoying. Let me know if I'm going too far, of course, but I think it's okay. Yeah, Keck W. Yeah, that's my favorite response to any question like that. It's like someone will ask me like, "Oh, like why do you think I'm short?" I'm just like, "Because I have to look down to talk to you." It's one of those like dad joke type things, right? But it's so funny and so effective. And I've never, like, every time I've said that IRL, unironically, no one's laughed. I have. Every single time. And here's the thing, right? You get to a point where you stop giving a shit whether or not other people laugh. You just do it because it makes you laugh. And I now get why those old farts that would just say these stupid fart jokes and stuff would say the jokes and everyone wasn't laughing. It was clearly unfunny to everyone, but it's the funniest thing to them. And you know what? I get it now. It's fucking hilarious. Especially because instead of looking for their like reaction of like, oh, it's funny, they're like, oh, that was kind of cringe. And I'm like, I don't care. It was funny to me. It's okay because my model and me are short anyways. Let's go. Raz is secretly a DILF? Yeah, okay. Dad jokes are king. Well, it's not even like dad joke. It's more so just like, is it slapstick? I don't know. It's like humor that is not intended to be funny, but is simply to give like entertainment value to the user, right? It's like, you know, like whenever, you know, I don't know if you guys remember this, but like there used to be this like popular thing where like, you know, like if a kid was in a house with his mom and dad and the kid went, motherfucker, like the dad would come around the corner and be like, yeah, like Yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah, those are dad jokes. I'm sorry, I have broken humor. Such an yes. Yeah, it's just like, oh golly, I slapped my knee, but I hurt my elbow. Slapstick is the Three Stooges type of humor. Okay, come on. By the way, has anyone watched the movie called White Chicks? If you know, you know. Okay, that is one of my favorite. Well, Rush Hour as well is pretty good. I wish they made movies like that again, like Scary Movie, Three Stooges. I mean, you know, list here, list there. Like, those are so good. I feel like after, what, 2008, 2010, that, like, they just stopped. Oh, God. Terry Crews. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound. Sorry, it's just iconic. And nothing is more iconic than Terry Crews busting it down sexual style on the dance floor with a whistle and pen lights. That seeing Terry Crews, okay, oiled up, by the way, for the scene, and just pen lights and the whistle, you can't beat it. But it'd be cool if you could do the line art. I need to practice some shading. Yeah, I'm really like curious. Like, I'm really happy to like that I still get to see like progress updates and stuff like that, like in the Discord and stuff, because like I get to see you guys grow in your art style and stuff. Like Larry's going crazy. Like Larry's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna be insane and just like absolutely kill it. Oiled up, muscles bulging, busted it down. Damn, make a straight man gay. That's Terry Crews, all right. I need to pick of your OC though. Ooh. Excellent. Wait, are those your own emotes? Oh, I thought they were. Wait, are they? No. Wait. Lord Byron, what do you think of this? Okay. He told me I'm an idiot. Yes. Yes, my lord. My bud. He's just like, meow, meow. I scratch him on the head. I scratch him on the head for like 2 seconds. He bites my hand. I'm like, okay, so you just want attention. Non-safe. Yeah. Terry Crews can fold me? Yeah, there is an argument to be made that there is like, well, actually, I don't know if it's always true for like most. I know it's not for me, but it's like there was a, what was it like who would you go gay for? And like I think the #1 response was like Ryan Reynolds, which understandable. But I think Terry Crews is a good option too. I mean, it's like asking me that I know nothing about like satellites, like whether it's a good satellite. I'm like, I don't know, it looks like a satellite to me. So, clothed and normal. Spinal is like not safe for work. Clothed, normal. It's like, please, I don't need to see anymore. I'm scarred. Ryan Reynolds and Terry Crews. Yeah, they're good choices. Also, happy development. So I have a Roku. If you don't have a Roku, basically what it is that it's like television that connects to your Wi-Fi, and it allows you to watch like cable and stuff. It's pretty neat. I got this as a gift like a year or two ago. Was it a year? I don't know, a few years ago, I think. Yeah, at least like 2 or 3 years ago. And I lost the cable that like powered the stick that goes into the back of the monitor, but I was cleaning out some like I have these things that like roll under my bed on occasion because I'm a space fanatic. I like having as much space to store stuff as possible. But anyway, and I found the cable that allows me to actually watch my Roku now. So now I can actually like watch TV and stuff. I mean, I have a triple monitor setup, so I'm not really exactly hurting for real estate, but it's nice to kind of do stuff and have a TV in the background. There is a mood to say that like I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but like I remember like doing like work on my laptop in a hotel and having like really crappy like TV in the background while you're working was such a vibe that like I can't explain like how it feels. It's just like the best I could say is that you're sitting in the bed, right? And you're clack, you're doing your stuff. And then, you know, you kind of like stop, you look up at the TV and you're like, huh, Family Guy or whatever the hell is going on there, right? And then, you know, go back to it. Hypothetically, what if I draw a female version of your model? Wait, my model, or I just want to make sure. Hypothetically, I'd be fine. I'm perfectly fine with anything. It's just that, for the Discord, just no NSFW, just because I want to avoid any possible BS. I personally don't care. You legitimately can draw whatever you want. I don't know if I've said that publicly before, and if I haven't, I'm sorry. Like, draw whatever you want. You know, NSFW, SFW, in between. As long as it doesn't break Twitch TOS or Twitter TOS or Discord TOS, or sorry, there's no NSFW in Discord, but yeah, go for it. I don't have an R tag or anything, or a loot tag, because like I don't really think I should have one unless like you guys want me to. And let me just say, I wanted to go with Razisms as like, you know, for like memes and like jokes and stuff, because you know I'm Raz, and like there's like, you know, isms that like, you know, South isms and stuff like that, and North isms and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's really cool, like Raz sayings, Raz stupid things, right, for clips and stuff. But hashtag Razism on Twitter is for racist Nazism. So we can't really do that one. So that tag is kind of out there. But I was like, oh, this sounds so good for like clips and stuff. And it's like, oh, uh-oh. Okay, I shall now hypothetically maybe draw a female version of your model. Well, I will hypothetically maybe look very much so forward to seeing whatever you make. Astigmatism? I got like something, I got another type of tism, but it's not a stigma. It's like artism or something. I know, I just send the best that represent my OC. Have you changed anything about Haku, Larry? Or have you kind of kept it how it was last time that I saw it? Because I think that, it's baller. I would love nothing more than, like, to get a commission model, but my problem, and in fact, this is an issue I didn't even realize was, well, it's not really an issue, it's more so just, like, a barrier, is that, like, the model I'm currently using is really, really good. Like, I love this type of art style, like, it looks unimaginably incredible. But because that's the case, it commands a pretty high price tag. And I think, like, if I wanted to go through with, like, getting my own, I'm thinking we'd probably have to be $1,000 in the hole minimum for the art and also the rigging. Minimum, right? And it's like, So, like I said, I'm going to ride this one out. I'm going to ride Asuka, which is the name of this model, out until the very end. Artism or Artgasm? You ever look at, okay, I know this may be a very weird tangent, but it's also, I think, a very poignant one. Is like, have you ever looked like a very beautiful, like, painting and gone like, this is unimaginably good. This is amazing. I love this. This is awesome. That's an Artgasm to me. And I did that when I saw, what was it? I don't remember a name of it, but it was a painting, an oil painting of a ship in a very, like, rocky ocean. And it was like it was a double mast. I think it's called not a sloop. Sloop is single mast, but well, anyway, it had two masts, right? And oh my god, it was beautiful. I actually have not a big one, but a small painting that kind of looks like that. It's like a copy reprint or whatever. It's like a cheapo one. I wouldn't steal it even if I broke into my own house. Well, I haven't drawn him without a shirt yet because he got a tattoo and some scars. Might add a tail. Ooh. Let's go. Imagine making models for expensive. Crazy people. Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, obviously, like, it makes perfect sense why the models are so expensive, because you're legitimately taking hundreds of layers and you're making it like this. Then you have to pay someone to enable you to actually move them, right? Which is, Sloop can be double mast. Sloop is only one mainsail. Yeah, I think it had two mainsails, and then it had an aft, aft sail or whatever it's called. I'm not caught up with my sailor jargon. But yeah, But the good news is that I'm always trying to do my best to improve. You may not be able to see improvements every single stream, which is unfortunately just how things go. But even though that's the case, I know that there is always something I can improve on, which is always satisfying, because it's like, okay, I always have a goal I can achieve, and then, like, I can take solace in, like, look, I was better than I was a month ago, or I was better than I was a week ago, and I can take a lot of solace. You remember what country it was from? I believe it was a British ship. So I'm assuming you're probably right. It probably was like a man of war ship of the line. Maybe like a second or third rate, maybe a fourth rate. And yeah, you know, I got to make a lot of layers for my medal just because I also want to have it with different outfits and toggle. Yeah. My plan is to do like a, they call it a base model where like there's no clothing. It's just the actual model itself. So that basically if I want any like outfits or something to be commissioned, it can just be over it. Because, yeah, if I go through the process of actually getting all that, you know, set up, like I want to be able to do everything I can with it, you know, just go crazy, right? But yeah, like, I will say though, like, it is kind of crazy to me. I made this realization, I think either yesterday or the day before, but I didn't say it on stream, was I was watching a VOD of Yukoku Roboru, my favorite Hollow Stars boy. I can't read Japanese, by the way, or like understand it, but like I still think he's funny to watch and nice to put on the background. I know, I'm weird, right? But anyway, I was watching his stream and I realized that, like, in my opinion, I think my model is more expressive than his. Right? Now, obviously the mouth, a little weird, but is it necessarily better? I don't know, but I think so. And I was like, this is crazy. Probably a first or third rate ship of the line. Or maybe you saw the painting of the HMS Hercule. Let me see. Was it? No, the one I saw was in a storm. But I do recognize that painting. The Battle of Raz de Seine. Where was that? French Revolutionary War in the Iros Passage? Okay. Interesting. Not bad. I love ships though. But I am going to end up closing out the stream here. And the reason why is because I've now just realized that I've been yapping for an hour and 15 minutes. This is my final tangent, don't worry, but I just want to let you guys know. One of the most beautiful things about streaming for me, and one of the things that, I don't know if anyone's ever had this thought, but if you have, like, I'm going to explain why I'm able to do it. Like, oh my god, how is Raz able to, after his entire day, come home and stream, right? And to be honest with you, it's because I get so much energy. It is so unimaginably, like, enervating and so refreshing every single time. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've never had an activity or something like this that actually did that. Everything I've ever done gaming to has always required energy for me to expend that I need to recharge. Whereas with streaming, I get it back. I get more by doing it. Like, I'm not lying. Like, I legitimately was like falling asleep in my chair waiting for, because it was like 5 minutes before stream. I was like, just like falling asleep on my chair waiting for 7 o'clock. And I was like, and then here I am, and I've just been yapping. It's crazy. But if you're like, oh, how can you do it every day? And it's like, yeah, my drug. Have you tried a combat sport? Ooh. I did karate when I was a kid. I didn't like it. Mainly because, like, am I a weakling? Like, I didn't really enjoy slamming kids into the ground, right? I was gonna say the exact same thing. Like, I didn't really enjoy the prospect of choking out another kid or getting choked out. But, like, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like, whenever, like, I did, well, was it karate? No, it was jujitsu. Like, when I was in middle school or high school, like, jujitsu, like, it was a small stint. But, like, whenever you win, like, oh, yeah, that's the stuff. That gets it to you. But, yeah, like, generally speaking, like, 99% of the things that I do in my life tend to require energy. They don't really give it to me. Like, exercise, like, it gives energy, but not, like stream energy. It gives, like, oh, like, you know, I'm feeling healthy. I don't know. But no, I will say 100%, like, if you do, like, a physical sport or, like, a combat sport, like, I don't really like to be, like, karate and jiu-jitsu is a very personal sport. Like, you got to be up at, like, you have to be willing to hurt that other person, right? And I'm not saying, like, you know, cause long-lasting harm. I'm just saying, like, you know, you gotta whack the hell out of them, you know? But if I had to choose a combat sport, I'd probably pick up fencing or something of the similar kind. You know, instead of focusing on injuring the other person, we're focused on, you know, dancing with blades, which I think is really cool. And then I can live my fantasy that when I die and get isekai'd into another world, I can have like +5 to my dexterity and strength because I spent time with that combat sport. A good combat sport gets you in the killing mood. Yeah, I had a Marine buddy of mine basically said that whenever he would do like drills and stuff, when he was it, I think, boot camp, like he said that the best times he did best when he saw red. And I'm like, yeah, 100% believe it. Fencing nowadays is BS with new rules. Well, what I'm saying is not like, you know, professional fencing. I'm saying just like, you know, you get in the whole garb and then you pick up a steel saber that's blunt edge and you just go to town, right? You know, you whack someone, okay, round loss. But like, no, like I've watched professional fencing and I've watched like Olympic fencing and all that. Really boring. Because it's all about the first 2 moves. The first 2 moves is the decider. Now, if you're very lucky and they actually manage to counter it, you know, then it just resets, right? It's not really dancing. It's more so very fast chess, which isn't a bad thing, but no, but I mean, I think maybe I could do like a combat sport, but that's a good point. Just like slam people into the floor. I mean, come on. I'm Raz, okay? I tangent like hell. I enjoy myself here, okay? That's why I don't want to go. Yeah, fighting with a person who is also trained and ready to kill you gets going. Well, it's more so about the fact that, like, you respect your opponent and you know that you can lose, so you need to work hard and you need to be smart and capable and et cetera, to do it. Just like I need to figure out a way to actually close out streams properly. I need to, like, come out with an outro and stuff. I mean, I have Razanara, right? But, like, come on. You know, that was just... I did that in good faith because I think it's really cringy, but it's also, like, it's funny to me. It's like, Razichiwa? Like, come on. Who would say that ironically? Or unironically? Who would say Razanara ironically, right? You know, it's just one of those funny things. It's just like, Raz. I was referencing your buddy in the Navy. Oh, I would not... I'm glad he's not here. He would get pissed off. What do you mean in the Navy? I'm a Marine. And then he'd like, it's okay. I have like a whole pack of crayons so that in the event that he gets angry, I can just toss it to him. You know, I started using the quote, same worry, same time. Same worry time, same worry channel. That's a good, yeah. I mean, okay, I'll be real. I stole Raz Standard Time from Fauna Standard Time. So I'm not exactly trying to say that I've not had a single original thought in my life. But yeah, Raz Standard Time is like, yeah. Although streaming every day at the same time, I thought of that before Fauna. But yeah. Your job is to steal information, steal knowledge, and improve upon it. And if, like, the person you steal it from, like, says, like, hey, you stole it from me, just be like, thank you. Unless it's copyright, then you get sued. I know Marines are funny to call Navy. It's like, But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and call it, oh, man. I love these just chatting streams so much. But ask him this, where does he spend most of his time on the combat zone? Well, scared as hell. Anywho, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for lurking if you're lurking. Thanks for chatting if you're chatting. And as always, I appreciate you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys either sooner or later. But yeah, thank you guys for chatting and everything like that. Razanara, take care. And of course, have a good night. Have a happy time zone and all that in between. Most likely shipped. He's going to be so angry. I'm going to get hit on your behalf. But yeah, see you guys later. Wah!